Chad Brendel, BearcatJournal.com, here with the unquestioned star of Camp Higher Ground, Bryce Burton. Bryce, welcome to the network. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
You've been waiting all these years to have the camera, I know.
5 years, and my hard work's finally paying off.
You have multiple roles on special teams. How do you work yourself into that as you go through a 5-year career where you're working on kickoffs, you're the holder, you got your hand in a little bit of everything? Yeah,
so basically, when I first came in, I was really just kicking field goals, doing a little bit of kickoff, and then, I saw an opening after my second year in holding, and it was actually at first kind of a joke. I lived with Case and Pfeiffer, and we would snap and I'd hold in the hallway, just kind of screwing around, and I was like, I'm actually pretty good at this. So when James Smith left, there was an opening, so I really took advantage of that. And then just over the years, when you're holding, you're not kicking a ton of field goals, so I really kind of zoned in on kickoff and just started to make small steps to get better there as well.
You've worked with two of the better special team coaches I've ever been around, Mace and now Carey. How different are they? Because they are maybe the most two polar opposite personalities I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, so I had Coach Mace my first 3 years, and he's a guy who's gonna kind of ask you what you felt there. If you mishit a ball, if it's a little windy, and you hit a little high on it, you mishit it a little bit, he's going to ask you, what'd you feel there? Like, I understand that. Where Coach Combs he's just going to let you know that you screwed up, and they're both getting to the same point. It's just two completely different routes.
How is holding with Coach Combs, spraying water and in your face? And
Oh, for me, I just zone him out. I start laughing when he's doing it because, I'm focusing up every day, and it's just turning into something that's very natural for me. So him doing that, I do it more so he can get a kick out.
Does it help, like in game situations? Do you find yourself like you're able to dial out everything and focus in?
Oh yeah, the games are a breeze without Coach Combs out there. It almost feels like it's dead silent, home or away. Whether how loud it is, when you're getting water in your face and he's talking to you and trying to screw you up and everyone's yelling. Yeah, the games just feel like a really big breeze.
You feel like a leader in that room now? You feel like it's kind of settled in that like you're old now? You the 5 higher grounds?
Yeah. So I feel like a leader. It's not just me though. Mason Fletcher and Case and Pfeiffer. All three of us. We try to do the best we can, lead, and we still hold each other accountable. So it's good.
The big question you have to ask somebody on special teams that's been here for 5 years. I told you I was going to ask you this. Yeah. You said you weren't going to answer. I'm going to need an answer. We talked about it last night on one of the podcasts. Jimmy Smith, Mason Fletcher. Who you got?
So
if you're picking a punter.
Here's my question to you, Chad. Here's my question to you. What punts are we talking about?
The whole the whole bag. Who's got the bigger bag?
Okay, so here's what I'll say. Jimmy was better than Fletch at rolling out left.
Yeah.
Fletch is better at rolling out right, but Fletch is a righty and Jimmy's a lefty, so that would make sense. They're both very good punters. I'll say Mason Fletcher just because he's really starting to spiral in the games, and I didn't really see Jimmy do that here in the actual games, and it doesn't mean that he can't do it. He's still very good at it. But I'm going to go with Mason Fletcher.
Hey, here's what I said last night, and I think you'll agree with this. After watching Jimmy for 4 years, I didn't think there was going to be anybody better than Jimmy.
Yeah.
And for somebody to come in immediately after and even continue taking it up a notch, that's what's maybe been the most impressive about Fletch.
Yes. Oh yeah, he came in, and just from the jump, he was very confident, which is something you really need as a specialist because, confidence is, 75% of it, just period. You already have the mechanics when you come in. You can tweak a thing here and there, but, confidence is really the key attribute to, becoming a good specialist.
Carter Brown, new kicker this year. You're down there for every snap. What do you think you've seen from him so far? It looks like to me maybe early he was kind of lofting the ball a little bit. Is he starting to drive a little bit more? Take me through your assessment of how he's kicking.
Carter, I really like him as a kicker. You know, the thing about him is he just makes kicks, and he's very consistent with that. And yeah, I mean, I've always thought he's just hit the ball the same way. Maybe there's a little bit of wind today, so he was trying to drive it a little bit there, but you know, for the most part, he's just doing a normal swing. You know, today we were probably up to what, 30-mile-an-hour winds, 20-mile-an-hour winds. So yeah, sometimes when you get a little bit further back, you got to drive it a little bit in those situations.
Is there anybody you have to like account for when this field goal block team is out there? It feels like Deshaun Pace at any time can find a way to get through and get his hand on it.
Yeah, that guy's always jumping it. You know, I think he's offsides, but you know, when you're doing 7 kicks a day, and you know, and if you just watch, I mean, it'd be decently easy to jump it. So you know, we made some adjustments to that. So you know, it's definitely happening less now because we've changed some stuff up.
Are you surprised Ryan Royer left a year of eligibility on the table?
You know, I am. You know, a guy like that who just loves ball, you know, it was hard for me to see him in the real world. I'm happy he's doing, you know, somewhat all right. But, man, I wish he was still playing. I mean, he could have used a medical red shirt, been here, you know, still.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, he could have still. You have to question. Maybe his dedication isn't what we thought it was.
Yeah, you know, I definitely thought it was more, but I guess, you know, when we're not playing any triple option teams anymore, we don't need that fullback back.
All right, man. Thanks, Bryce. Appreciate it.